Welcome to our fourth Lunch and Learn session in this year's Teacher-Boarded Classroom series from the Educational Service Center of Northeast Ohio. I'm Stephanie DeMichael, and I've spent 24 years developing new ways to do old things, and the last 7 years supporting teachers as they've shouldered that task too. All information from today will be available via a Wakelet board that I've curated. I will have it available today at the end of today's sessions, but if you have your phone handy and want to quickly snap a pic now, feel free to do so. I should also take this opportunity to mention that I do offer free virtual coaching sessions and office hours, so use the Linktree link to get in touch after today. Let's get started. We've survived through almost 20 months of uncertainty. We've been challenged and frustrated at times. It has been heartbreaking. Learning, however, does challenge us and makes us better. And so, in addition to supporting teachers, I've also been researching the questions: what worked, what didn't, and most importantly, what did we learn to do better moving forward? Here's what I've been advocating: embracing blended learning. I've recorded a session on this, and you can find it on my YouTube channel under my Lunch and Learn playlist. One of the aspects of blended learning that is most popular is the idea of differentiation, which we last discussed. Choice boards, which we will discuss in this episode, are the natural extension of differentiation in the classroom. In case you missed our last Lunch and Learn and our discussion of differentiation, here's a very brief overview. There are 3 simple ways to differentiate, and what we'll do today is look at how choice boards can be a tool to support differentiation and to increase student engagement. If you're looking to give your students more flexibility and freedom in learning, choice boards are the way to go, and they're a natural fit with differentiation. Let's quickly recap the 3 ways to differentiate instruction. Firstly, you can differentiate the content. Instead of the one-size-fits-all approach to learning, one where the teacher stands at the front of the room, engaged in whole class direct instruction, we can try to change up the ways students engage with the content. Some students prefer to read, some prefer to watch, some prefer to listen, some prefer interactivity. When we differentiate the process or how students make sense of the content, we forego fill-in-the-blank worksheets and asking for a show of hands as a check for understanding. Instead, we offer a range of activities for interaction, including but not limited to graphic organizers, small group discussions, video reflection in Flipgrid, writing, sketchnoting, and others. Differentiating the product or how students show what they know sets aside the notion of end-of-unit multiple choice tests and considers allowing for choice and options to demonstrate learning. Students love to create according to their specific talents and skill sets, and we should celebrate and allow that. Now that we've reviewed the 3 aspects of differentiation, let's discuss an easy way to put that into action. Whether you call it a tic-tac-toe board, a bingo board, or a digital learning menu, choice boards typically include a wide array of activities of varying difficulty. I'm going to say that again. Choice boards typically include a wide array of activities of varying difficulty. As a result of this, all students, regardless of learning style, are able to get the skills and learning they need. In this content choice board example shared by Holly Metcher, students aren't lectured at, but instead are provided a choice in how they'd like to engage with the content. This allows students to follow their bliss, so to speak. By choosing the pace and path of their learning, students take ownership of learning, and you're free to provide necessary attention to the kiddos who most need it. Feel free to pause here if you'd like to take a longer look at Holly's awesome This or That choice board. Here's an example of a choice board, not a bird, from blended learning expert Catlin Tucker that examines the process of learning or how students make sense of the content. Instead of fill-in-the-blank worksheets or asking for a show of hands, this choice board offers a range of activities for interaction. Here you can see that once students have read the material or interacted with the material, they have a number of choices as to comprehension methods and further understanding. Since students have different abilities, skill levels, and talents, this makes so much sense. Again, pause here if you'd like to explore Dr. Tucker's choice board a bit more. This is an example of the first choice board I ever created from a template designed by Casey Bell. It was made for a fifth grade teacher who wanted her kiddos to have the opportunity to go beyond the one-size-fits-all end-of-unit persuasive essay. Working off an idea, as I mentioned, created by author and educator Casey Bell, we devised this choice board so that students had the opportunity to show off other talents and skills they might have, but might not have the opportunity to show in a traditional classroom. The first, that center square, as you can see, is the non-negotiable, the task that needs to be completed by everyone, in this case, the persuasive essay. It was rewarding to see the thrill of freedom and opportunity each student expressed upon being handed over some type of ownership and agency in learning. So, this is an example of a choice board that differentiates the product, the final demonstration of learning. By the way, links to all of these choice boards will be available in our Wakelet board if you want to take a look at them after this episode. So, how do you make a choice board? It's pretty easy to do in Google Slides or Google Docs or Microsoft PowerPoint or Word or Apple Keynote or Pages. The templates I'm about to share with you are good templates to get started, and again, also available in our Wakelet board. Let's take a look. This is a tic-tac-toe choice board for Google Slides. Casey Bell offers you a link to get a free template. And it's the links from the first slide. There are hyperlinks that connect to instructions, to activities with directions, rubrics, hyperlinks, videos, anything that you want to do. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel with this because Casey's given you a free template. Same thing with making a choice board in Google Docs. I'm going to defer here to Casey Bell again. She gives you a little bit of an explanation of what learning menus or choice boards are. And then she gives you, this might look familiar, the example I first used when I helped make the persuasive writing choice board for that fifth grade teacher. And you can go ahead and click on it and customize it as you see fit. I just like to use Google. It's what I do. It's easier for me. But again, you can use any platform you want. If you do decide to use slides, make sure you include the following elements. You want to have a slide with instructions, and many teachers recommend not just written instructions, but audio and video as well, where you walk students through the process. That second slide could be the choice board, and the choice board has the hyperlinks with further directions to the activities. Make sure that on the activity slides, you always have a home or back to the main menu button. That'll take you to that first slide. If you need further guidance, you can visit a make and take video I made about this concept and the Wakelet board, of course. So if you click here, I think I did this in December 2020. It was a make and take. Yep, right. There it is.
Super cool.
And it walks
so
you
on our topic. And as you get,
it walks you through the process step by step of how to make your very own tic-tac-toe choice board. Again, choice boards are an effective, engaging way to differentiate instruction, to make student choice important, and to allow for alternative forms of assessment. Give it a try, and by all means, please share your ideas with your colleagues. To summarize, it's time to let go and create that teacher-bordered classroom. If we've learned anything in the last 20 months, it's that we have zero control. So let's extend that to our teaching as well. Allow students to explore and to be a very present part of their own learning. The sky will not fall on the heads of our little free-range hens. I promise. And because this is a lunch and learn, I always like to share out lunch ideas for teachers that are healthy and easy. This week, in keeping with the choice board theme, I have a lunch choice board for you that should help you with your daily lunch planning, because as a meal planner myself, I know it can be a very tedious task. And finally, again, if you need anything, and I do mean anything, the first link will connect you with all of my socials. So feel free to reach out at me. Feel free to reach out at any time. I do have free coaching hours available, and I'm available to you if you need a walkthrough. The second link connects you to the Wakelet board with links to the things that we did discuss today. I'm Stephanie DeMichael. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you for this week's Lunch and Learn. Good luck with your teacher boarded classroom, and I'll see you next time.